Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Craft Space Facebook page. My name is Joey. I am a craft instructor from Craft Space. Good morning, and hope that you are having a great time today so far. Today, we are going to do a wonderful workshop in conjunction with Mid-Autumn Festival, which is coming up on the 21st of September. Right, so the actual day is actually on the 21st of September, but there's no harm doing the decoration much earlier on. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Mid-Autumn Festival, today we are going to talk a little bit about Mid-Autumn Festival, where of the story coming from, and why do we eat moon cake. Well, if you know the answer, please share it with us as well by typing onto the comment section. Otherwise, if you don't know, this is a great place for you to learn a thing or two, right? So apart from that, we are going to do a special craft today. It is also related to Mid-Autumn. It is actually a Mid-Autumn decorative, we can call it a hanging mobile. Okay, so you can hang it or you can display it. So it depends on you how you want to do it. All right. So apart from that, what we are going to do today, we are going to play a little riddle. Yeah, a riddle game. Now, what is Mid-Autumn without riddle games? In Chinese, we call it as Cai Teng Mi. Right, so that is what we are going to do throughout the session. It's going to take about the whole session is going to take about 1 hour. Yeah, hopefully we will stick it to 1 hour. A little bit longer is fine, right? Okay, so I hope that you have found a comfortable spot so that you can sit down and relax and enjoy the craft. Now, don't worry if let's say you can't really follow through the speed and also the whole process entirely. Yeah, you can always watch the replay of this video later on. What you need to do is understanding where all the items are, what are the items to prepare, so that when you want to do it later on, you can continue on your own, right? So main thing is we need to know that what are the items that we need, and as well as what are the elements that it should be in there, right? Now, for those of you who are very new to Facebook Live, hosted by CraftSpace, we are focusing on educating the next generation about sustainable living, which means we want them to go and live a very green lifestyle, like, for example, plastic-free, right? So that is our aim. So that is the reason why for every week we have a Facebook Live, whereby we encourage the kids to do crafts using only recyclable materials that is available at home, like plastic bottles, cardboard, those boxes, tissue boxes, that kind of things. Yeah. So it's a great way for the kids to also learn about sustainable lifestyle, at the same time also help to do a little bit of cleaning up at home, right? Best of all, they would not be spending so much time binge watching on videos and playing video games, right? So let them do something. Okay, so enough said for a little bit of introduction. Now we will go through the materials that we need. Yeah, so what are the materials that we need? Now, for those of you who have pre-registered with us, you would have received the material list. Hopefully you have most of it. If not, don't worry, we will always find replacement. Yeah, we always encourage the kids to think creatively, because arts and craft is the fundamental process of problem solving skill. Yeah, so that is the reason why we also need them to think creatively to find substitutes or replacement. If let's say they don't have this material, what can they use as a replacement material, right? So that is one thing that we always encourage the kids to do, right? So first thing first, we need a plastic bottle. Okay, ideally it will be 1.5 liter. If you do not have 1.5 liter, you can always use a smaller bottle, but then we need to cut a little bit more later on. Yeah. And then after that, we will need cardboard. Yeah, the thick type will be good. If you do not have the thick type, then those cereal box will do too. It's just that it may make the decorative on hanging mobile looks a bit flat, because if it is a thicker cardboard, then it will make it look thicker, more 3D like. Okay, and then after that we need paint. Yeah, acrylic paint is ideal. If not, then any paint that you can use. Or you can, if kids do not like painting, you can start by encouraging them by using crayons or color pencil, because some kids, they don't like to get their hands dirty with paints, right? So you can use crayons, you can use color pencil. In fact, you can use colored paper, right? And then after that, of course, we need some yarns. Okay, so yarns are for us to tie later on, or also to make tassel, right? And then we need ribbon. Okay, ribbon, later on we will go through what are the things. Then of course our best companion, the scissors and the cutter. Okay, now these are sharp objects. Please make sure that if the kids are not comfortable using them independently, please help them. Yeah, and also pencil and eraser. Okay, I will be using pen so that it's easier for you to see. Last but not least is our hot glue gun or Yoo-hoo glue. We would prefer you to use either these two, okay? Not the white glue, not the glue stick, yeah, because those are not strong enough. Okay, so let's start. Oh yeah, for options, yeah, you can also use pom-pom if you have, yeah, pom-pom. And then some bling stickers if you have, and then decorative stickers if you want, then we can decorate it and make it look nicer. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Mid-Autumn Festival. So in Mandarin, we call it 中秋节. Okay, it is also known as the Moon Festival or Moon Cake Festival, which is more popular. Yeah, so it is a traditional festival celebrated by many East and Southeast Asian people. Yeah, not just the Chinese. Yeah, because we have seen that Japanese are also celebrating. Yeah, in many other countries like Sri Lanka also they are celebrating. Okay, this is in fact the second most important holiday for the Chinese. Okay, so we are if let's say we are talking about the Chinese people, then for us it is the second most important festival after Chinese New Year. Okay, it has a history dating back to 3,000 years, when the Emperor of China appreciated the moon for bountiful harvest. So it has a lot to do with harvesting. Yeah. Okay. So this festival is actually held on the 15th day of the 8th month of the Chinese lunar calendar. So it has no fixed date on our normal calendar. Yeah, the Gregorian calendar. Why? Because lunar calendar, sometimes you have double month, right? So, or we call it as leap month. Yeah, so that is why sometimes you will have the Mid-Autumn Festival during September. Sometimes you have it in August. Sometimes you have it in October. Right. So it is always from the Chinese lunar calendar. It is always on the 15th day of the 8th month. Right. So on this day, we believe that the moon is at its brightest and fullest size. Yeah. So coinciding with the harvest time in the middle of autumn. Interesting enough, most of the time, if you notice, nowadays, I do not know since when, but Mid-Autumn is no longer happening during autumn. Yeah. Currently, it is end of summer. Okay, beginning of autumn is on the 22nd of September, which is a day after the actual day of Mid-Autumn this year. So to say that it is Mid-Autumn, I find it a little bit weird. Yeah, but in the olden days, it happens during Mid-Autumn. Yeah. Okay, So during this day, what do? We hang lanterns of all sizes and shapes. Some carried, some displayed. Yeah, lantern is actually a symbol, a symbol that actually light people's path to prosperity and good fortune. Yeah, mooncakes, which we are very famous, is actually filled with red bean, yolk, some with meat, some with lotus seed paste. Yeah, it is actually a rich pastry, okay, or a delicacy, and we only eat it during Mooncake Festival or Mid-Autumn Festival. Nowadays, people are selling mooncakes so early, you know. I've seen mooncake since like July, August, beginning of August. We just finished celebrating Dragon Boat Festival, and then they already started selling mooncake. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether how many of you have already eaten mooncake. Yeah, because we have already started receiving a lot of mooncakes, like last month itself. All right, so enough said for the introduction. Let's go to the craft now. Now, for those of you who have purchased the e-template, hopefully you have already printed out on A4. So what you need to do is you can cut it out, and then after that you can trace it onto the cardboard itself. All right, then it's easier. Otherwise, if let's say you want it to be easier, even easier, what you do is you paste the whole A4 onto the cardboard, and then you cut straight away. So you save your cutting time. Okay, first off, we will start with the plastic bottle first. Yeah, so this one we need to cut 2 rings. If let's say you are using the 1.5 liter bottle, you can cut 2 rings. Okay, if let's say you are using a smaller bottle, then maybe you will need to cut a bigger more rings. Yeah, the diameter of the ring preferably is about 15 centimeter. Okay, so how do we cut this? We only need this middle part. Okay, so the middle part. So let's cut this using cutter. Make a hole or make a mark, and then after that we can use scissors to cut it. Okay, so let's cut the first ring first. All right, and make sure that you have already washed your bottle. Yeah, wash and dry. And then after that, the other thing is you must make sure that you have removed all the wrapper. Okay, so the rings need not be very neat. Yeah, as long as you can attach it and make it into a circle. Okay, so this is first ring. Now I cut it like this. Okay, because I need to attach it later on to the second ring. Right, so let's cut the second ring. So if you want to know the depth of this ring, okay, 2 cm, not more than 3 cm. Yeah, because if it is too thick, then it would not look as nice as well. Okay, so we will quickly cut our second ring, and then we will attach it together. Right, so second ring is done. So we have 2 rings. One, okay, I'm not sure whether you can see, and second. Okay, so next thing is we need to attach this together and make it a bigger ring like this. Okay, so like I said, diameter for this ring or circle, it should be around 15 centimeter. Okay, but it need not be specific. You can make it as big as you want as well, but ideally it would be 15 centimeter. Okay, now for those of you who have the e-template, that is a circle on the A4. So that is the size of your plastic bottle ring. Okay, so here what we do is we use masking tape or any cloth tape. We don't use cellophane tape because it is single-use plastic. Okay, or double-sided tape as well is single-use plastic. Okay, so what we do is we will just stick it on, wrap it, if you do not have this, what you do is you can use hot glue gun and stick it on, right? Because this part you won't be able to see it later on, yeah. So we will just quickly cover the other side. Okay. And then after that, next thing is we need to wrap this ring with ribbon. Now, if let's say you do not have ribbon, what you can do, you can paint it, okay, inside out. You can paint the ring inside out using your favorite color. Okay. If you have ribbon, then we can start by wrapping the ring itself. Okay. Now, what if let's say you do not have plastic bottles, because some of you actually ask, what if I do not have plastic bottle? Now, if you do not have plastic bottle, you can actually use cardboard, the thick type. What you need to do is you cut long strip, okay, and then you roll it so that it is curved, and then after that you can attach it together to make it into a ring. Okay, just to show you, I will just cut up a bit of the cardboard. Now, cutting thick cardboard, particularly, yeah, it is a bit tough. So if your kids actually ask you for help, please do help them, yeah, because we also realize that some kids, when they can't do a certain process, and they will get frustrated, and if let's say they do not get help, that is when they will say, I give up, and that's it. Okay, so you cut a strip, and then what you do is you just bend it, okay, just bend it like that so that it curves, and then you can straight away stick it on, okay, like this. Then it will make a circle. Then after that, all we need to do is we just need to shape it nicely, okay, so you will still have a circle, right? So let's put this one side. So come back to our plastic ring. Next thing is we need to wrap, yeah, so with cloth type of ribbon, yeah. Of course, if let's say you still have those leftover plastic ribbon, you can use them, but if you can, stop buying those plastic ribbons, because at the end of the day, those are single-use plastic again, yeah. So that is the first step that we want to educate the kids about sustainable living, is to make sure that they do away with all the single-use plastic, right? So we cut out a little bit of our ribbon so that it is easier for us to manage. Then after that, we stick it on one end, okay, so that it's easier for us when you wrap it. So when you wrap it inside out, yeah, so you just have to go through and wrap it like that. So for those of you who do not have ribbon, like I mentioned, you can paint it. If not, you can use colored paper as well, and then cut strips, lots of strips, and then wrap it, yeah. Okay, so we quickly do this, and then at the same time, what we will do is we will talk about the story of the origin of the Mid-Autumn, okay, festival. So there are many stories related to Mid-Autumn. In fact, we found 6 stories, of which some of it we have not heard about. Yeah, the most popular one being the Chang'e. Okay, Chang'e is the goddess of the moon. Okay, so in Chinese we call it as Chang'e Pengyue. Okay, so it means, if we translate it into English, it means Chang'e flying to the moon. Okay, so that is the most popular story. Okay, the next story is about the jade rabbit. Yeah, so that is the next story that we have heard growing up. And then the last story is about this guy called Wu Gang. Wukang. Okay, now we are going to not going to tell all the stories here, but we are going to tell only the two most popular one, which is Chang'e, flying to the moon, as well as Jade Rabbit. Okay, so how does it happen? Why Chang'e actually fly to the moon? So if let's say you know the story, let us know as well. Yeah, feel free to share it so that other viewers can also understand more about the stories. Yeah, because I might not be um, telling the more detail because I need to summarize it, right? Okay, so it is said that in the ancient times there are 10 sun, yeah, in the sky. Okay, and it actually makes the life of the people very very hard because it is very very hot, and the crop actually can't grow, yeah, because too much sun, right? So there's this hero called Hou Yi. Okay, he used his great strength and shot down 9 suns. So that is the reason why we only have one sun now. Okay, that is the history of it. Yeah. Later on, Hou Yi actually married a beautiful and kind-hearted woman called Chang'e and lived a very happy life. Okay. So one day, the Queen of Heaven actually presented Hou Yi a magical potion, yeah, for because of what he did, yeah, in the earth. So that is why he got a magic potion, yeah, which if he took it, it actually will help him to ascend immediately to the heaven and become a god. Okay, but Hou Yi does not want to leave Chang'e alone on Earth, so he took it home and asked Chang'e to safekeep it, so that he won't use it, or it will not be going to the hands of the bad guys. Yeah. However, there's this villain. It is said that it is actually Hou Yi's follower. Yeah, called Ping Meng. Ping Meng. Okay, he got to know about this magic potion, and he also got to know that Chang'e is keeping it. So he broke into their house and demanded Chang'e to actually hand over the magic potion. When Hou Yi actually went for a hunting trip, and this happened on the 15th day of the 8th month. Yeah, and then because Chang'e doesn't want it to go to this Ping Meng, so she actually drank the magic potion herself. So once she drank it, she cannot control, so she is more or less flying to the heaven. Yeah, but because she doesn't want to leave her husband alone on earth, so that is why she actually try very hard to fly to the moon, which is the nearest to us. Yeah, this is the nearest place to us where she can actually watch over her husband, Hou Yi. Okay, now when Hou Yi found out about this, he was actually very sad. That is why every year on the 15th day of the 8th month, he actually presented a table full of foods to Chang'e. Actually, it's all her favorite food. Yeah, so that is why during on the 15th day of the 8th month, usually what we do during Mid-Autumn Festival, we gather with families. Yeah, we sit down, we appreciate the sun, the moon, and at the same time we eat a lot of delicacies. Yeah, like mooncake. We drink tea. Yes, we eat some yam, tiny baby yam. Yeah, and some other delicacy as well. Right. So that is the first story about Chang'e. Not sure whether I've missed out anything. If yes, please let us know so that we can also share it with the rest of the viewers. Yeah. So the ring is done. Okay, so now it's a little bit flimsy. What we do is we just have to make sure that it stands nicely. Okay, next thing is we need to start working on the cardboard. Now we are going to do a tree trunk or branches. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Now if let's say you can see the back of the wall, we have some sample. So this is more or less what we are going to fit everything into here. Okay, if you can see it. So we will have tree branch, yeah, and then we have rabbits, we have a lantern, and then we have a very big moon. Okay, so the most difficult part to cut is actually the tree trunk, the branches. So we are going to work on that first. Now if let's say you have the cardboard, any cardboard will do. If you want it to be 3D look, then the thicker cardboard will look nicer. You can cut as many as you want, but at least you should have one so that it looks nicer. Okay, so any shape is fine. You need to have the big one, okay, and then you need to have the small branches. Okay, right, so I put it nearer so that you can see. So you can do one, you can do two, in fact you can do three, depending on how big your ring is, and at the same time depending on how many you want to fit in. Okay, so this one is basically you just draw the main branch and then the tiny little branches. Okay, and then after that you can put it aside. Okay, so once you have already draw on the cardboard, and then you can straight away cut it out and then put it aside. Okay, later on we are going to paint this. Now if let's say you say, oh, I mean it is already brown color, so I don't want to paint it, it's fine. Okay, but if let's say you want to paint, then you can start after you cut it. Okay, now to mix brown color, what do you think we should mix? What color should we mix to make brown? Yeah, for brown color, depending on what shade of brown, okay, so you can add orange to blue. Okay, so if you want a darker color, then you add more blue. If you want a lighter shade, then you add more orange. If you do not have orange, then we mix red, yellow, and blue. Okay, so that will come up to orange and blue as well. Okay, so that is how we make brown color. Okay, so this is one. Okay, the tree branch. So I will only going to make one, and then after that I am going to stick it here. Okay, so you can put it anywhere you want, but the fixing part we will do it later on, yeah, because we have still quite a bit of things to prepare first. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is the moon. So the moon, basically you just need a circle. So the circle size, it depend on you whether you want a big moon or a small moon. But since the 15-day Mid-Autumn Festival is actually associated with the fullest moon and the brightest moon, so let's give it a big one. Okay, so my moon size is actually about 7.5 centimeter in diameter. Okay, of course nothing bigger than your ring. Okay, so if let's say this is my moon, yeah, so this is my moon, I have not painted it. So the moon, we are going to put it here, or we can make it dangle. Okay, so it depends on where we want to put it later on. So the moon should be probably about a quarter of your ring size, right? So a quarter of your ring size. Anything round, anything circle, you can just use and trace it. What I use is a plastic container cap, the small one, yeah, and trace on it. Okay. So, or if let's say you are using the ribbon, if you have the circle, you can use this to trace it as well, right? So you just trace a moon, and then after that you can put it one side. Now for those of you who actually use thick cardboard, I would suggest you to also remove one thin layer of the cardboard so that you will see the corrugated side. This will give the moon a little bit more texture, right? So it looks a little bit more 3D look, okay? You can also do the same for the rest of the characters or the elements that we are going to fit into the ring. Otherwise, the moon is good enough, or you can put the moon as well as the lantern to look more textured. Yeah. So remove the thin layer of just one side. Yeah. So this is the original cardboard. So what you do is you just peel off the first layer. Then you will see the corrugated part. So leave it as it is, like this. Right? So our moon is done. We put it one side because we need to paint it later on. And then next thing is we need to draw our lantern. Now you can draw this lantern on the cardboard itself and then you cut again. Otherwise, you can actually make a 3D look lantern using colored paper. Now here, we actually use lots of color paper. In fact, 18 pieces of oval shaped colored paper or a red color paper. And then we fold it into half and then we stick it, overlap it, so that when you open it up, then it looks like half a ball. Or if let's say you want to fit it here, then it looks like a ball. Okay, so you can do that. That one we will need to have lots of a circle or oval shape or the lantern, the shape of the lantern. Okay. For me, I am just going to draw it onto the cardboard, and then after that, I will stick it on. Now again, if you want to put more than one lantern, it's up to you. Yeah. Or in fact, you do not want the traditional Chinese lantern, you can actually think of some other shapes because lanterns come in different shapes. Yeah. So that it makes it look prettier. Okay. So what we do is let's quickly draw the lantern. So it should be oval shape. Yeah. And then after that, we cut it off. I'm not sure whether you can see it. So it should be like this. Okay. So curve on both sides, and then we have a little bit of space top and bottom. It's about it's a bit rectangle. Okay, it's a bit rectangular. So after that, we just cut it off. So I will make two, one big, one small. And then after that, I am going to paint it as well. This one, later on, if let's say you want to add the tassel, feel free to add it. Okay. Otherwise, then you can just leave it as it is. Now, for those of you who have the template, it's only one size. So what you do is you just cut it out and then trace it onto the cardboard. Yeah. Right. So first lantern is done. I've already cut it out. Now same thing, I am going to remove the thin layer of the cardboard so that I can see the corrugated part. Yeah. So I just carry it off. So it looks nicer, right? Okay. So let's see. I will just do one more quickly. And then after that, we can start to trace or draw our rabbit. Okay. Now, if let's say you want to look at the shape of the lantern, it should be something like this. Okay. So it's bigger for you to see. So here is straight line, bottom also straight line. If you want, you can draw a rectangle on top here, as well as at the bottom. And then this side is curved. Okay. So this is one. Okay. So let's cut the other. Okay, so we are almost done with all the elements except for rabbit. Yeah. So once we finish cutting all, and then we can get ready our paint. Yeah. So that we can start painting it. Right. So while you are doing the painting, or we are going to do a little bit of reader. So what we do is, if let's say you know the answer, please type into the comment section, because we are going to pick 3 winners, okay, who are the fastest and are most interactive, at the same time most has the most correct answer. Yeah. So we are going to try 10 questions if we have the time. Yeah. It should be fun. The original reader, if we were to play it during Mid-Autumn Festival, is all in Chinese, but today we are going to do it in English, right? So we have it all here. Okay, so later on we are going to go through. So my second lantern is done. So both sizes. Okay, one big one, one small one. Later on I'm going to just overlap it like this. Okay, so I'll just put it one side. Next thing is we draw rabbits. Okay, so this rabbit, do not go very elaborate. What you need to do is you need 2 ears. Okay, if you want to be a little bit more detailed, you can put the inner ear as well. And then after that, you have a oval shaped face and probably a round shaped body. That's about it. Okay, as simple as that. Or, okay, you can have like this. Let me just turn it so that it's easier for you to see. Okay, so you have the ear. So this one, you can have it like this. At the side, you can have it on top. So depending on how you want your rabbit to stand or sit. Okay, so this is the sitting type. Okay, so what you do is ear, and then oval face, and then a round body. Here, maybe you want to do it flat or straight line at the bottom. Okay, so don't have to worry about I can't draw a rabbit. So don't be stressed out. Okay, make it as simple as possible. We have few examples. This is the standing type of rabbit. Okay, this is the standing type. So standing type, what you need to do is the body, you make it oval shape as well, but either bigger. If you want a chibi size, then you make it the head bigger, then the body small. So it depends on you. Okay, as long as you are happy with it, then it is good. Okay, then of course for the rabbit to stand, then you need to show where is the hand and where is the leg. Okay, but still it is again 2 ears. Okay, 2 ears, and then after that your face or your head, the head, okay, is still oval shape, right? So 2 sizes, 2 options for you to choose. Okay, otherwise then if you have other options, you can also do. So we put it one side. Later on we are going to paint. Now if let's say you want to put mooncake, that is additional element, so you can draw mooncake. Okay, and then you stick it on. All right, so now we are ready to paint. Once we are done cutting, now if let's say you have not finished cutting it, don't worry, you can continue cutting, and then after that you can paint, right? So if you want to just focus on the reader, also can. It's up to you, because we will be starting with the first question very soon. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to paint my moon first. Then after that, I will paint the lantern, and then after that, I will paint the rabbit. Okay, once after we done that, we can add decorative items like the flowers and the leaves. Yeah, so to the tree branch. All right. Okay, so are you ready for the reader? Let us know if you are ready, so that we can start. Okay, So remember, we are going to pick 3 winners from the reader itself. Okay, how to be the one of the winners? You have to be the most engaged one. So if let's say if you know the answer, okay, make sure you answer all 10 questions. Okay, then it has to be the most accurate answer. Okay, and then we won't say it's fastest, but we will see. Usually, what our moderators see will be the first few that answer. So please be fast, okay? But that would not be the criteria. Yeah. Okay. So first question is very simple. We will start with a very simple question. Okay. What belongs to you but gets used all the time by other people? Okay. So the question is, what belongs to you but get used all the time by other people? You don't really get to use it much, but other people use it a lot. Okay, so if you know the answer, please type into the comment section so that our moderator or our admin can check. Yeah. Okay, so okay, so most of you are able to answer it. That's correct. So your name, apart from your name, there's another one thing that belongs to you, but it will always be used by other people. So let's see whether you can get that one right as well. So we have a lot of answer about on the name itself, yeah. So which is correct, okay. But we have another item that also, well, I wouldn't say item, something that also belongs to us, but we don't get to use it often. Something that we use every day. Let's see. Your card number. But Michael, you use your card most of the time, right? It's just that to buy other people's things, right? So that doesn't count. Okay? But it's close, it's close. I see. I see again, it's you use it, it belongs to you. You don't pass it to other people to use it, right? Yeah. It is something that is very close to us. In fact, from being a luxury item now becomes a necessity. So that is a very big hint already. Anyone? Anyone? No? It's your phone number. Yes, Lillian, you are right. So it's our phone number because we own it. We own our phone number, but we don't get to use it, right? Always we pass our phone number to other people so that other people can call us, right? So it's the same as our name, yeah? Okay, so question number 2. It follows you around all day, but it disappears when the sun goes down. What is it? This one should be easy as well. Let's see. Okay, it follows you all around all day, okay, but disappears when the sun goes down. What is it? So if you know the answer, please let us know, yeah? Yes, it is our shadow. That's correct. Congratulations for all of you for answering the right answer it right, yeah? So it's our shadow. Good job. So third question, what goes up every year but never comes back down? Easy as well. What goes up every year but never comes down? So that's the third question, yeah? What goes up every year but never comes down? Yes, it's your age, our age. Yeah, so it goes up every year, but it never comes down. Good. Okay, so fourth question is a little bit tricky, so listen to it carefully. What weighs more? Which one weighs more? Okay, a kilogram of bricks or a kilogram of feather? Yeah, so which one weighs more? The brick, a kilogram of brick or a kilogram of feather? So if you know the answer, please type in. Uh-huh. Anyone else? Yeah, they actually weigh the same because they are all 1 kg, 1 kilogram, right? So all of you are paying attention. That's good. Good job. So we have all the correct answer. Okay. So the fifth question, easy. All the questions are very easy. So it's going to be tough for our moderator to choose the winner as well later on. Yeah. So the fifth question, which month has 28 days? Should be easy as well, yeah. Which month has 28 days? That is our question. So if you know the answer, please type it in. Yes, every month we have 28 days, yeah. We have 28 days every month. So that some day we have extra 3 days, some days we have extra 2 days, and some only has 28 days or 29 days, right? So every single month we have 28 days. Okay, so this one is going to be tougher from now onwards. Okay, what gets wetter the more it dries? What gets wetter the more it dries? So if you know the answer, you can type it in now. Okay, the question is what gets wetter the more it dries? Wow, we have a group of very focused viewers today. Yes, the answer is towel. Did you get it right? Sponge doesn't get dry when it gets wetter. Yeah, it doesn't dry. Yeah. Okay, so moderator argued, say that sponge is also the correct answer. Okay, so we will accept it. All right. Okay. So the answer is towel, right? Okay, so let's choose our next question. Okay, it's going to be even tougher now. So now is question number 7. What word begins and ends with E but only has one letter in it? Okay, what word begins and ends with E but only has one letter in it? So the hint is there. So see whether you all can pick it up. Okay, what word begins and ends with E but only has one letter in it? Okay, so Lawrence and Winon is correct. Yeah, it's envelope. It starts with E and ends with E, and it has only one letter in it, okay, inside the envelope itself. So that's a bit tricky. Okay, question number 8. What has many keys but can't open door? What has many keys but can't open doors? This one, the younger kids, or those who are very active should know. Yes. So it's a piano, a keyboard. Okay, it has a lot of keys, right? Because those are what we call keys, yeah. But it can't open any doors because they are not real keys. Okay, so good job to all of you. Okay, so let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 more questions. Let's pick up. Okay, you will pick more difficult one. Okay, I have legs and a back. I am not alive. You can sit on me, but I am not a sofa. Wow, this one is easy. What am I? So I have legs and a back. I am not alive. You can sit on me, but I am not a sofa. What am I? Wow. So we already have a lot of correct answer. Yes, it is the chair. Yeah, good job. Okay, so we do the last question, yeah? What never asks questions but gets a lot of answer? Okay, the question is, what never asks questions but gets a lot of answers or give a lot of answers? Okay, they will never ask any questions, but they will give you a lot of answers. Last question is always the hardest. Let me just mark it so that we don't repeat the questions. Okay. Ah, that's good. So you are getting very creative with the answers as well. Okay. In the olden days, if I were to ask this question, the answers that I will get will be only one, which is dictionary. Okay. But nowadays, if you ask the same questions, you will get search engine, you will get Google, you will get Wikipedia, all are correct. Okay. So good job to all of you. So we know that times have changed, answer also changed. Because who still use dictionary, right? Good job. So 10 questions done. Do you want more questions? We can have 2 more questions if you want. I think we still have a little bit more time. Yeah? You want any more questions? Let us know. Okay, so while we are still doing the painting, we will leave the 2 questions later on, and then we are going to do a quick lucky draw now. Yeah, okay, so we will do another 2 more questions after the lucky draw, okay? So today we are going to pick 3 lucky draw winners. Okay, So we are going to pick 3 lucky winners. How do you actually participate in the lucky draw? For those of you who are new, if you pre-register with us, automatically you are eligible for the lucky draw itself, okay? So what we do is we will compile all the names of all the pre-registrants, and then we will put it into our lucky draw box, and then every week we will draw up few names, okay? So 3 names today. Let's see who is the lucky draw winner. Number 1. Right, so let's pick from the bottom. Okay, so first name, Nura Mira Akila binti Ramzizan. Mami Nuraisha Chua Abdullah. Okay, Nura Mira Akila binti Ramzizan. Mami Nuraisha Chua Abdullah. So that is the first name that we call. Okay, second name, let's see. Liang Zuo Hao. Mami Hua Li Lian. Liang Zuo Hao. Mami Hua Li Lian. Okay, and then the third name, let's see. Eng Zheng Yao. Mami Chia Hun. Okay, Eng Zheng Yao. Mami Chia Hun. Nura Mira is here. Congratulations. Okay, Liang Zuo Hao and Eng Zheng Yao. So if you are here, please let us know by typing into the comment section and say that Zuo Hao is here or Zheng Yao is here. All right. So if you are here, please let us know. Zheng Yao is here. Okay. How about Zuo Hao? Yes. Okay, so all of you are here. Okay, the 3 of you are here. So congratulations. We will get in touch with you after the workshop. So just now, all of you are saying that we want more questions, right? So 2 more questions. Let's choose tricky ones, yeah? Okay. So what has a face and 2 hands but no arms or leg? What has a face and 2 hands but no arms or leg? So if you know the answer, please type in to the comment section. Ah, all of you know the answer. Good job. So we have all very united answer, yeah? So it is actually a clock. It has a face, it has 2 hands, and it doesn't have any arms or leg. Right. So last question. Okay, let's choose an easy one. I can fly, but I am not alive. I am not heavy. I can be shaped like a diamond, but I can be other shapes too. I have a long string. What am I? So let's repeat the question. I can fly, but I am not alive. I am not heavy. I can be shaped like a diamond, but I can be other shape as well. I have a long string. What am I? Yes, the answer is kite. Wow, Bulan! Wow, good job, Kelly. Yeah, the answer is actually kite. Good job. So who actually answered all 12 questions correctly? or the most questions correctly? Okay, so we shall wait for our moderator to feedback, all right? While he feedback, so let's work on our decorative hanging mobile. So I have painted my lanterns, okay? One red, one orange. My moon. Now, bear in mind, if let's say you are painting on cardboard, please make sure you paint 2 layers, okay? So that it makes the color more vibrant, okay? This is only 1 layer, yeah. And then I have painted my rabbit. I have 2 rabbits here, okay? One gray color and then one white color. And then now I am cutting some flowers and leaves so that I can stick it onto my branch, right? So I am ready to fix everything onto the ring itself. Yeah. So what we do first and foremost, we will stick our moon here or anywhere you want. So those places that you want to stick, you just put glue. I am using my hot glue gun. So if let's say you want to use any other glue like Yoo-hoo glue, please feel free. Yeah. Okay. So my moon is done. It is at the corner there on top, right? So now I am going to stick it the other things. So first I am going to stick my my lantern. So let's stick the lantern. One lantern at the side. Okay, one lantern at the side. And then the other lantern, I am going to overlap it onto the first lantern. Okay. So this part is depending on how you want to decorate it, yeah. So it has no right and wrong. Okay. So I overlap my lantern. Later on, I am going to add a little bit of yarns over here to make it look like a tassel. Now, if let's say you do not have yarn, what you can do is you can use paper and then you cut strips, yeah. So let's just say I use green color, assuming I'm using green color paper for the tassel. So what we do is, okay, just cut a little bit and then we start cutting strips, but not all the way. We leave some, yeah, about 1 finger size on top so that you don't cut off the top part, yeah. So we just cut like this quickly, and then after that we just add it on, right? So this is how we make tassel from paper if let's say we do not have yarn. Of course, alternatively, you can actually get some yarns, or I wouldn't recommend you to use thread because thread is actually too thin. Yeah, you can use embroidery thread, yes, but not the normal thread that we use to sew. Yeah. So done, and then what we do is we just wrap it and then put a little bit of glue. Okay. And there you go, your tassel is done. So now what we do is we stick it onto our lantern, right? So this one, just add on a little bit of glue and then stick it on from the back. See? So your lantern is done. So you can put it straight. So depending on where you want to put, okay? Right? And then after that, we are going to fit in our tree branch. Now this tree branch, what you do is, it is best to fit it in between. If not, then make sure that it is something like this, okay? Not too low, right? So if you can, then across your ring. If not, then you just stick it onto any side, but make it in the middle so that it looks more volume, okay, and not a big hole in the middle, right? So what we do, again, we are going to put glue. And then stick it on. I'm going to attach part of my branch onto the moon from the back. So far it is like this. Okay? So far it's like this. Right? So this is where my tree branch is, and it is attached to the moon in a way. Right, then after that I am going to put a little bit of leaves. Just a few, not too much. You can make different sizes, different color as well. Okay. Right, so leaves. I'm gonna put 3 leaves on mine. Okay, so leaves. And then after that, you can put on your flower. Okay, so I only managed to make one just now, so I'm going to stick only one. But you can do as many as you want, big and small, different color, different sizes. Okay, so one flower for mine. You can put more. Later on, I'm going to add more as well. Okay. Last thing is we are going to fit in the rabbit. Okay. So the rabbit, we are going to put it at the bottom here. Okay. So for those of you who have the template, now you have the mooncake shape. So you can overlap it. You can stick the mooncake first and then only your rabbit. Okay. Now I didn't cut the mooncake, so I am going to straight away stick my rabbit on, right? And you can put 1 rabbit, you can put 2 rabbits, it's up to you. So let me just arrange. I am going to put 1 rabbit here on the left and then 1 rabbit on the right. Okay. Right, so the next one is here. There you go. So 1 rabbit on the left and 1 rabbit on the right. Okay, of course we need to draw the eyes. So what you do is you take a black pen, black paint or a black marker pen, and then you just draw eyes. Just 1 tiny dot will do. Okay. And I am going to add my tail with pom-pom. Let's choose the color. I think I will put pink so that it has more color. Okay. So very simple rabbit. Now if you do not have pom-pom, no worries. You can make, if you want it to be a ball, you can roll a tiny piece of colored paper into a ball. Alternatively, you can, if let's say you don't mind it to look 2D, then what you do is you cut up a tiny circle. And there you go. Okay, something simple but cute. Next thing, we need to add on our yarn. Okay, if you don't have yarn, what you can do is you can use ribbon. Okay, if you do not have yarn or ribbon, you can just leave it as it is. And if you have a frame, then you can just put it on, or you can stick it on to your wall. Okay, so it's easier, right? So we are going to tie knot on our yarn and then loop it over to the ring. And there you go. Your hanging mobile is done. Right? So you can add more elements. You can add maybe ribbons, you can add more flowers, okay? So, but this is the basic decorative hanging mobile. So from very flimsy, now it is back to the shape that you wanted, right? So it is still in circle shape, right? So, but if let's say you can't make it circle, then you can use cardboard, right? Then you can, after you are done, please hang it, yeah, so that it becomes a decoration at your house, right? Now, like I always mention, after the workshop, we would love to see all the final artwork from the kids, yeah? So please feel free to share it with us, right? Okay, so share your final artwork with us. If you want, you can actually post it onto your Facebook page and tag us, Craftspace MY, yeah, so that we can also have a look at it, right? So hopefully you are done. If not, then don't worry, but at least you know where we should fit all the elements, yeah? The moon is on top, and then we have the lantern at the side, and then we have the tree branch, yeah? A little bit lower at the moon, lower than the moon, okay? And then we have the two rabbits at the bottom, or one rabbit. If you have moon cake, then you can put the moon cake at the back of the rabbit before you stick it on. So you overlap the rabbit and the moon cake, right? So something like this, okay? Then of course, add more flowers and add more colors, because Mid-Autumn Festival is all about colors, yeah? So you have lots of colors. So make it vibrant, okay? Right, so do we already have our winner for the riddle? Very hard. Oh, moderator say very hard to choose. So how many do we choose? Now, we are going to choose, original plan was to choose 3. 5, okay. So moderator is being very generous again today. So he said 5, so okay. So we are going to award it to 5 people. First one is Lawrence Renshaw, Pepe Yip, Michael Gunn, Chua Bigate, Winon Me. Okay, so let me repeat the names again. Lawrence Renshaw, Pepe Yip, Michael Gunn, Chua Bigate, as well as Winon Me. Right, congratulations to the 5 of you. But the rest of you are also very good. So that is why our moderators have had a very tough time choosing. But don't worry, because we are having another session tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow's session is at 2:30, and it is actually with collaboration with Satya City Mall. Okay, so what is happening tomorrow? We are going to make an actual lantern, yeah, using cardboard, paper bags, everything paper, okay, recycled paper, magazines, old newspapers. So please make sure, sign up. We have the link on our Facebook post. So if you have not signed up, please make sure you sign up, because tomorrow is going to be very interesting. It is going to take more than 1.5 hours. Why? Because apart from the lantern making workshop, because the lantern itself is actually quite an elaborate piece of art, yeah, so it will take a little bit longer time. We are going to go a little bit more detail onto the workshop itself. And then at the same time, of course, we are going to play riddles again. So for those of you who did not manage to get the prize today, don't worry, you have another chance tomorrow, okay? So we are going to do the riddle tomorrow. Different questions, not going to be the same questions, so don't worry as well. Now, we are also going to tell you a little bit about the lantern making contest, which we are doing at this point of time together with Satya City Mall. In fact, we actually started yesterday, Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, 10th of September. So you have until 26th of September to submit all the lanterns. Now, it is interesting. Now, for those of you who have participated in our Father's Day contest, you should know when we do contests, we use all things recyclable, right? But this one is we restrict it only paper materials, which means you can only use cardboard, cereal box, paper bags, magazines, old newspapers. We don't want you to use even colored papers or papers because we do not know whether that is recycled or not. Okay, so unless you are able to show us that it is genuinely recycled paper, then we will allow it. Otherwise, we won't allow papers. Okay, so make sure you sign up for tomorrow's session. If you are also interested in the contest, you have to be there because we are going to tell you all the terms and conditions. And the prizes are very attractive. You will win Parkson vouchers. Yeah, so we have 2 age groups. In total, there are 8 prizes per group. Yeah, 8 prizes. So grand prize, then the first prize and second prize, and 5 consolation each age group. So in total, we have 16 prizes, and it's going to be very, very attractive because the voucher is actually sponsored by Parkson from Satya City Mall. But I'm sure this voucher, you can use it in any other Parksons as well. At the same time, from Craft Space, we are also sponsoring vouchers. Yeah, so make sure you sign up for tomorrow's session at 2:30. Okay, so hopefully you have enjoyed the session today. Please share with us your artwork. For those of you who are new to the workshop today, please make sure you follow us, follow our Facebook page to know more about our future events. Yeah, tomorrow's session is going to be hosted on both pages, Satya City Mall Facebook page as well as Craft Space page. So don't worry if, let's say, you are not sure where to go. Okay, just stick with Craft Space if you are here today. Alternatively, if you want to also check out Satya City Mall page, you can also you can also log into their Facebook page, and then you can also see the video from there. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow. My name is Joey. Happy Mid-Autumn Festival in advance for those of you who are joining us today only. And for those of you who are on holiday, yeah, happy holiday for the next 1 week. Please do a lot of crafts and share it with us. Right? So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.